Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. Oh my god, everyone's going in the pits, trying to find a car for you to watch. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here for round 7 of the VW Golf Cup. And what a cracking season we are having here. We're only 2 rounds away from the end. This round and the next. We're at Brands Hatch, Indy. And we are looking forward to some absolute cracking racing out there. And do you know, I had a guess in our Discord that we were only going to get 4 people. What with the release of that new game. But 7 have shown up, so I am impressed. I'm impressed. They all obviously needed a break from spinning. So they've come here to have a race, a proper race. Not that joke that Polly Baloney's just released. So, in the chat, Skyjack is saying, good evening, bud, and Bunny saying, evening all. It's not going to be slagging GT7 off all night. Just a little bit. it's all right. I keep playing it. It must be good. But I have things that I would like to change on it. And we're not looking like we're going to be doing any live races anytime soon, because, honest to God, the multiplayer lobbies are just not fit for purpose. They're not even fit for racing, not alone streaming. They're impossible to stream, but they are rubbish for racing as well. We had a test on Saturday night, and if you keep an eye on our YouTube channel, I will try and do something with it. But there's no keyboard. I can't do this. I can't do anything with it. In all fairness, it's no keyboard whatsoever. So I've just got to use the controller. So if 7th and 8th are racing, and I'm watching first place, I've got to flick through the whole field to get to 7th and 8th. And you know, something's probably, the overtake's done. I mean, I miss overtaking as it is, when I've got instant access. Say like Binko's having a race, I can just press 5 and I'm there straight away. Boom. But on the new improved game, this is what you're going to see. Just me flicking through the field to try and find something. It's it's not fit for purpose, I must say. They've really dropped the ball on that. But don't worry about GT7. We're not here to talk about GT7. We're here for round 7 of the VW Golf Cup, and we are rather excited about that. They've been racing for 6 rounds so far in these sexy little Golfs. They're set at 200 brake horsepower and the lowest weight they can possibly go. We opted for racing medium tyres because any like racing softs or super softs, they just stuck to the road. You wouldn't even have to lift your accelerator. You could just floor it all the way around. So just to give a little bit of a skill set, we've gone for medium tyres, but judging by the new game, we should have probably gone for comfort hards or something. Although I found out if you buy racing intermediates, you can race everywhere. Those tyres don't even get affected. So just slap some racing intermediates on your tyres. Don't matter if it's wet or not, they'll just keep going round. Anyway, listen to me having a grumble. So in the chat, Koi Madit saying, I was just saying to Skyjacker, I wonder if they have made it that way on purpose to make you play the game first. What made what on purpose? That it's rubbish. That it sucks. Incredible balls. I was rather excited when I bought Assetto Corsa, and I was excited before I bought GT7. Let's just think about that for a bit. So, the championship stands as it is so far. No more GT7 talk, I promise you. I won't do it. I won't do it. I'm not going there. But everyone's telling me the controller's better to play it with. Play with the controller. Play with the controller, you get more feel. That's why I bought a sim racing game. So I can put my wheel to one side and play on a handset. I play Wipeout if I want to use a controller and want to play a racing game. Anyway, Skyjack is at the top of the table on 277 points. Binko is second on 246 points. Digital Blasphemy is third on 206 points. Shiren is fourth on 195 points. Electric is fifth on 180 points, equal to Rido in 6th on 180 points. Koikap is 7th on 173 points. Barry Twins is 8th on 148 points. Rivixter is 9th on 118 points. Turtle is 10th on 73 points. UBD 11th on 69 points. And Urban Pyro 12th on 18 points. But there has been a couple of people been in touch to say they can't make tonight. Electric. I think Rido's had a rugby accident. He's lost a leg. Turtle, I think, also said that he wouldn't be able to make tonight. So this is what we're working with, but 7 is more than enough. We found that out on Friday when we only had 6 people turn up for the WRX challenge. And it really makes it worth it. As an admin, all the effort you have to put in to run these leagues. And when a lot of people just don't show up. But that's... we do it for our own pleasure, not for your pleasure. I've got a right whiny head on tonight, haven't I? Sorry. I'll snap out of it. That's it. That's my grumbles out the way. Frostmorn saying, hi Thingy. Hi Frostmorn. I'm not going to moan anymore, honestly. So there's your man Binko. I think Binko, he's missed. He has missed a round. So sitting 246 points. And Skyjacker on 277, whom hasn't missed one. And looking at Skyjacker, his lowest score is 43. So it's going to be very tight at the end of the table. Digital Blasphemy, he missed last round. So on 206 points, he's going to be very close to Skyjacker when Skyjacker drops his point. Well, no. We'll see. But I think there's going to be a bit of a shuffle in the table. Skyjacker's asking if we're ready to stop me from moaning. So I will give him a... Do you know what? I'm going Y. Screw it. It's one of those days. It's a Y kind of day. And Skyjacker has started qualifying. I mean, I don't mean to moan, but you fork out like 60 quid on a game. You want it to at least resemble a racing game. We're starting qualifying now, so that's it. Moan all you like, dude, lol. Binko has missed one race. Yes, Frostmore. He has, yes. I think he's set to take over the championship when the... Oh, I pressed a button and everything went. So Binko's first on track. He beat Skyjacker out. Skyjacker usually gets out first, but Binko got the jump on him in this one. And we are here at Brands Hatch. Brands Hatch, an absolutely delicious track. Cracking stuff. We're on board with a Digi at the moment, Digital Blasphemy. He's loving GT7. We've discussed it in Discord. He thinks it's super. It's a great game. So it's like bumholes. Everyone's got one. An opinion, that is. So Digital Blasphemy was sat on board. These guys staying quite close to each other in qualifying. Shiren says he's sorry. I don't know why. You don't have to apologise, my friend. No one blames you. Digi giving it a little... See, that's beautiful, Digi, and that's what GT7 doesn't let you do. Because I'm telling you, you pull a move like that in GT7, you're spinning. That's it, enough. I'm sorry. So, yeah, they're qualifying rather close to each other. This is quite a treat. Sat on board with Digital Blasphemy in third. You can see Binko there in first on track, that is. Skyjacker second on track. Digital Blasphemy is third on track. And these three all staying rather close to each other. Binko, though, you have seen visibly pulling a little bit away from Skyjacker. Skyjacker must have made a small mistake, because now this is the problem Digital Blasphemy's got. He's right up. Skyjacker's Jaxie, I'm guessing, he's going to go for this lap and then possibly back out of it. I'm not sure. Ooh, he's going to break the rule of overtaking, but Digital Blasphemy does go second fastest and he does back out of it. There you go. Great stuff. A man who knows the rules. So Binko got pole then. Digital Blasphemy second fastest. Skyjacker third fastest. Koikart fourth fastest. Rivixter fifth fastest. Barry Twins still making his way around, just coming up towards the line. And Shiren, who has warned us he's not feeling well at all. He's not sure. Barry Twins slapping it up there ahead of Koikart and Rivixter. And Shiren, like I said, he has pre-warned us he's not feeling good. He doesn't know if it's COVID or just a cold, but he said he's going to do what he can do As Binko comes around to put another lap in, he does. And he gets a purple for it. 50.7, Skyjacker. That's good that time around. Digital Blasphemy's popped into the pits. It's probably to find himself some space, maybe. Barry Twins out there, 4th fastest. Barry Twins really has come along these last few weeks. Got a win last weekend, I'm pretty sure. Was it last weekend we were at the Oval? It was. And then again we saw him performing rather well. I think it was in the WRX Challenge, in the is it the WRX Challenge at Blooming Bay Speedway? I think we saw him doing rather well there. Shiren setting another time, but only good for 7th, but it's 200ths off of Rivixter's time. Binko then 2/10 ahead of Digital Blasphemy, who's on an outlap at the moment. Skyjacker's coming around. Can he get any closer? He does. He gets closer to Digital Blasphemy. He's done a 51.5. And this is a problem for these guys. Obviously, they've all been caning a GT7, those that have got it. So they've got to change their style again. They've got to change how they drive to go back to GT Sport. And it must be quite unusual. I mean, I don't know how GT Sport handles. I haven't played a few yachts. But I imagine it's a totally different bird. Because, I mean, they say GT Sport's more of a simcade, whereas GT7's more sim. So these guys probably lift him when they don't need to. Probably just floor it all the way around. Let's have a look at Binko's accelerator down there in the bottom of your screen. Yeah, he lifts for Paddock Hill. He had to bend there, brake there. I mean, bend. Brake there for that corner. Koi Carp sets another time. He goes ahead of Barry Twins. Koi Carp in the Castrol Golf, finding a bit more pace ahead of Barry Twins. And Barry Twins is getting greens as he comes over the final corner. Is Barry Twins set to take back that position from Koi? Towards the line, no, not quite. Rivixter, his best is a 52.5. It's 8/10 off of Barry Twins' time at the moment. 500ths ahead of Shiren. So Shiren's rocketing out there. He's put another time in. Oh, wow, 1,000th. Shiren is off of Rivixter's time. He's not feeling well, remember, so he's doing the best he can out there with what he's got. Then Flashman in the chat saying evening all, and Frostmorn saying is GT7 not up to par for you? I don't know. It's alright. It's alright. I'm really disappointed with the lobbies, the online part. I thought we'd get the same as what GT Sport gives us. Rivixter's gone faster, but stays in 6th. I thought we'd get the same as what we get here, with my keyboard and all of the information, but they've stripped it all back. You've got no options whatsoever for viewing. You can sit in car, or you get an extra camera. You get one that sits in between the 2 passenger seats, like you sat in the back seat. But other than that, nothing's been added, and everything's been taken away. No keyboard can be used with it, so I can't do flash things like "woo, look at that." I can't do replays. I can't give you this fancy camera angle like this, all cool and sweet. Look at that, beautiful angles. And then you've got the close-up camera. So I've got two choices of camera, and obviously I've got an 18-second replay within races. If I press Z, I can choose between, I think it's something like 7 seconds, 11 seconds, and 18 seconds. Using X, C and Z, so you can have a quick snap replay. I know I don't use it a lot because I'm worried that the room's going to go to pot. Shiren there on the checkered flag, gets 6th fastest though, ahead of the Rivs. The Rivs still on a run. Binko, he's done. He's on pole by 2/10. Digital Blasphemy still on a run. Possibly he can get it. Possibly, I say. But the Didge pushing hard for his final run. He does not go any faster. Skyjacker, looks like he's done. His hazard lights aren't on though. And now Rivixter goes back ahead of Shiren there. But he's going to be very close between Shiren and the Rivs. And qualifying's ended with Binko on pole, Digital Blasphemy second, Skyjacker third, Koi Cup in fourth, Barry Twins fifth, Rivixter in sixth, and Shiren in seventh. But yeah, no, GT7's fine. It's all right. I'm just having a whine. I'm having a whine because I've had a bad session on it, trying to get the Japanese cars around a wet Fuji. And then Tokyo Expressway. I think that was the last one I've done. So here we are then for race 1 of round 7 of the VW Golf Cup. Only 2 more to go, this round and the next. And then it's all over and we will see who is the champion of the very first ever made hot hatchback. And Binko goes off to a grand start with Digital Blasphemy having a very close look at Paddock Hill Bend. Skyjacker's on the outside, but he keeps it on track just about. Wow, that must have been a bit of a heart-in-mouth moment. And Digi's going for that inside line into Druids, but Binko holds on to it around the outside and tries to fight for space back on track as Digital Blasphemy was at the side of him. And Skyjacker gets a great view of it all. Koi Cup there in fourth with Barry Twins. Barry Twins under pressure from the Rivs. The Rivs going through. The Rivs is making the move on Barry Twins and he's through with Shiren. Shiren following him through. Cracking racing there. Barry Twins must have made a small mistake going into that corner. Lost a bit of time, but now they're back 3 wide. Rivixter, Shiren and Barry Twins all battling it out. Barry Twins back up into 6th with Rivixter. Digital Blasphemy is in front. Sorry, I do apologise. Digital Blasphemy somehow found his way past Binko and Skyjacker there as well. Why are we on that shot? Skyjacker right on the tail of Binko. Binko wanting to get maximum points here. Right, we'll try for a replay. I'm worried that Binko's coming back at Digi. But so far, Digital Blasphemy, give it a go. Give it a whirl. See if we see how Digi got through. Looks like it was that final corner. Digi just managed to sweep it up the inside of Binko. And that's it. And that, enjoy these replays while you can, because you ain't getting them on GT7. Bah! So that is how Digital Blasphemy took the lead. And Binko in second with Skyjacker. Let's get on board with Skyjacker in his monster liveried Golf. The championship leader going for the inside on Paddock Hill. Oh, the car wobbled a little bit there on the exit, but he maintained, and he's going for it on Druids. He's going up the inside of Druids, and it leaves Binko on the outside. Can Binko cling on? He cannot, and now Skyjacker is up in second, but Binko's coming back at him. Oh, there's a little clash there between the 2 cars. Binko manages to survive. I don't think there was anything in that one. I just think Binko was in the inside of Skyjacker as he turned in. Binko third. Koi Cup not too far back in fourth. Barry Twins has got himself back up into fifth ahead of Rivs. And Shiren dropping back. But remember, Shiren not feeling too hot at the moment. And Digital Blasphemy looks like he wants a win here at Brands Hatch. Doing a super stand-up job against Skyjacker. Binko 8/10 behind him. Let's get on board with the Binks to see what the situation is. Skyjacker's going for the inside of Druids on Digital Blasphemy. They're side by side. Skyjacker up his inside and Digital Blasphemy's out wide on the grass, but he's got back on. And Binko gets a great seat to this battle and he's going for the move up the inside. Yes, he is. He sees those 2 battling it out. And now Binko making the move that gets him back in the lead. Oh, this is going to be a juicy little race, I can see. And Frostborn saying, I did see the wet racing, was quite unforgiving. Oh, don't ask. Don't ask. I don't want to keep moaning. Frostborn, you're egging me on, man. Look, all I've got to say about the wet racing is I did 5 wet races at Fuji on sports bloody mediums and was struggling for grip. So then I came out of the whole thing, or went and bought myself a set of intermediate tyres, dropped 32 grand or something like that on them. They're expensive. And then went back to Fuji. It dried up, stopped raining. It was really pointless. I just thought, well, what, you mean you're never going to get a warning before a race if it's going to be wet or not? It's just, I don't know, it's bizarre. It is bizarre, but we'll see. So Binko is leading from Digital Blasphemy. He's got himself back ahead of Skyjacker, and we've got a three-way battle for the lead here. And it's a beauty, it really is. And Skyjacker is really weird. He's got a purple 51.308, and he's got a personal best of 51.304. And Digital Blasphemy's got a 51.051. I thought those purples disappeared when they got beat. But Binko at the moment is the man in the lead. They're really hanging those Golfs out. Koi Carp in a solid fourth, 2 seconds ahead of Barry, who's hanging it out as well. Rivixter trailing him by 3.8 seconds, and Sharon 3 seconds behind him in his battered old Castrol. But it's Binko at the moment doing the job, and Koi Carp trying to play catch up there in fourth place. He's only 2 seconds behind these guys. If they battle it up any more, then Digi getting himself a big piece of oversteer there, right in the middle of Paddock Hill Bend, and Digi's going for a move up the inside of Druids as well. And my words, these guys are racy today. Probably quite happy that they've got a bit of grip finally. So Skyjacker sat there in third place, 3/10 behind Binko, who's going for another assault on Digital Blast for me. No, Skyjacker's going up the inside. Great stuff from Skyjacker from absolutely nowhere. He's put his hazard lights on. I don't know if that was an accident or if he's repaying. No, he's repaid from Binko. Obviously, a bit late on his brakes. It probably wasn't an official move by Skyjacker, and the status quo is the same with Digital Blasphemy leading by 3/10. Binko in second, who's 3/10 ahead of Skyjacker. They are now 2.5 seconds ahead of Koi Carp, and Barry Twins trying to catch up with Koi Carp, 3 seconds adrift from him. 52.3 from Barry Twins last time around. Koi Carp doing a 52.4, so he is slightly quicker than Koi at this point. Then we have a Rivixter in 6th place, chasing down Barry Twins with Sharon there in 7th. Barry Twins doing all he can in his Martini Golf to catch up those leaders. Stream close up. Just showing off. I can do that as well. Probably can do that with the other game though, because it's with the controller, and Binko's got for a move off the inside of Paddock Bend. But Digital Blasphemy just staves him off just about, but Binko's lining him up for Druids, and it's not happening. Binko, well, Digi's left the door open, and Binko's saying okay. Alright, thanks for the invitation, but Digital Blasphemy's still there. And wow, how did Digital Blasphemy stay ahead? I thought that was Binko's all day long. And this racing is fast, and it's frantic, and it's beautiful. And Binko now on the tail of Digi's Golf, looking to make a move on car 22, and he's going to do it up the inside there of the final corner. Side by side going up the straight. Skyjacker, the last time he saw them two alongside each other, he nipped up and passed them both. Can he do it again as they go into paddocks? And Digi just ahead of, Binko just ahead of Digi, but Skyjacker's got the momentum, and he's gone for the move to take the lead. And we're 8 minutes into this race, only just under 7 minutes left of racing to go. And your order so far is Skyjacker ahead of Digital Blasphemy, and they're all leaning heavily on each other out there, with Digital Blasphemy in second, Binko in third. We've got Koi Carp in fourth. He is pulling away from Barry Twins. Barry Twins 5 seconds ahead of the Ribs, who's only 1.5 seconds ahead of Sharon. Sharon closing in on Barry Twin, Rivixter, sorry. Barry Twins is ahead by 5 seconds virtually. And Digital Blasphemy's back into the lead. I can't cut away. I want to see what other guys are doing, but you can't cut away from this three-way battle at the front. And Digital Blasphemy at the moment, but Binko's going for a move, and Skyjacker as well. Three wide through Paddock Hill Bend. That must be a first. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. These are smaller cars than your average racing car. That's why they're hot hatches. But Skyjacker, great move there through Paddock Hill Bend to get that first place, with Digital Blasphemy in second, Binko in third, and these three are really, really racy today. It's great. It is great stuff. We love it. Now in the chat, Frostmorn saying, I'm trying to incite a riot, not a moan, lol. Yes, well, I'll give you a riot. And Digital Blasphemy up the inside again of Skyjacker. This is a sweet little treat we've got here between these three. As Digital Blasphemy leads from Skyjacker. Binko, though, he knows it's not over yet as he goes for a move on Skyjacker. And Binko now in that second place. Skyjacker still alongside him, though, but Binko's got the inside line in Druids. And it's all Binko's. Great stuff. Digital Blasphemy still leading from Binko and Skyjacker. If these two get involved in a little battle, Digital Blasphemy can pull away and get maximum points here in this first race. Binko in second, Skyjacker in third. We've got Koikarp in fourth, pretty much all on his own. Barry Twins on his own as well in fifth. Shiren's got ahead of Rivixter. Rivixter must have made a huge mistake. Rivixter pushing the Golf beyond its means. And Shiren gaining a place from that with Barry Twins 6.5 seconds ahead of Shiren. He's got no fears. And here we go again into paddocks. Digital Blasphemy, no leaving the door open this time, but Binko lining him up for Druids, and Skyjacker's in the mix as well. And there they go, and Binko's up the inside. Digital Blasphemy's out wide. He might lose the position to Skyjacker. Him and Skyjacker trading paints there, checking out their liveries against each other. We've got 4 minutes left of racing. My word, these guys are going to be tired. So Binko is a half a second ahead now of Digital Blasphemy, who's ahead of Skyjacker. Koikart's dropped 3 seconds now, 3.5 seconds behind them guys ahead of him, with Barry Twins closing in less than 2 seconds. And Koi must have made a mistake this lap as he makes his way around. I'm not speaking out of turn here. I believe Koikarp has won a race this season in the Golfs, as has Barry Twins. It's Binko, though, has won the most. Digital Blasphemy's had a win or two. Skyjacker's had a few wins. Koikarp's had a win. Barry Twins has had a win. I'm pretty sure Shiren's probably won one, but I can't be 100% sure. The Rivs, I'm pretty sure, has had a podium. So the form out there is good. Solid drivers. But Binko now is leading the way from Digital Blasphemy. He's pulling away from the battle. Digital Blasphemy shaking off Skyjacker. And they're spacing themselves out a little bit now around here at this UK track. Binko solid in front, 7/10 now ahead of Digital Blasphemy, and the battle now is between Digital Blasphemy and Skyjacker, nearly losing the back end of his Golf, and there'll be someone just down the road who'll be happy to see that sort of action. Barry Twins he's lost ground on Koi. I thought he was catching Koi up, but he did a 55 himself. So Shiren's closing up to Barry Twins. Barry Twins has got to watch out with Rivixter back in the 52s. Just that one lap he had a bit of an issue. And Binko leading from Digital Blasphemy, with Skyjacker in third spot, chasing those two leaders down. And it could be anyone's game at this point, especially with Paddock Hill. We see how that claims lives. They go in there too hot. They can find, well, we saw Skyjacker hanging his back end out on the kitty litter a couple of laps ago, so you can see how easy it's done. And he's trying to catch up with Digital Blasphemy now as he chases him down. Koikarp 4 seconds behind these guys. Barry Twins in 5th, Shiren in 6th, and Rivixter is in 7th spot. But it's Binko who's leading from Digital Blasphemy, and we are on board with Skyjacker in his Volkswagen Golf 1 GTI, all the way from 1983. These cars have held up very well. Look at them, racing like modern day cars. Awesome stuff. But Binko is the man in the lead with Digital Blasphemy second. And it looks like Skyjacker just can't live with the pace of the cars ahead of him. He did a 51.4 last time around, which is quite rapid. And a 51.0 from Digi. and a 51.1 from Binks, and Binks has got the fastest lap so far with a 50.995, which is unbelievable. But it looks like Digital Blasphemy's trying to close back in on Binko out there, and they're just coming around, maybe to start another lap after this one. With only 25 seconds left on the clock, can these two get to the line before the rest? Skyjack has slipped back a little bit. Binko, yeah, easy, crossing the line with time to go. All three of these will carry on for another lap with Digital Blasphemy. Skyjacker there in third. Koi Carp crosses the line, he gets another lap in. Barry Twins, solid fifth place today, ahead of Sharen. Oh, Sharen having a knock on the wall, and Rivixter coming home in seventh spot. Digital Blasphemy, Bingo was in the lead. My gosh, my word, what happened here? So Binks there, still leading. Up to Druids. Digital Blasphemy, he's gained a lot of ground on the Binks, didn't he, in that corner, because he was like 4/10 behind. But now Digital Blasphemy, he's probably won. He's coming around the final corner. Wow, that was a worry, doing a replay then. But there goes Digital Blasphemy, takes the win ahead of Binko, and Skyjacker grabs the podium. Take a boo, my son. Koi Carp comes home in fourth place, and Barry Twins finishing in fifth. And it's Digital Blasphemy today, and what a treat that was with those top three, with Binko, Skyjacker, and Digital Blasphemy. There is the man. He hasn't got a trophy, but we give him a reef. Lovely helmet there from Digital Blasphemy. And I've got to save a replay. Sorry, I was miles away. So I've got to save the replay. And then we'll check out the race results. Binko got your fastest lap with a 50.995. Digital Blasphemy was the man on the top step in the end, the winner of all. Binko in second, Skyjacker third, Koi Carp comes home in fourth, Barry Twins in fifth, Sharen in sixth, and Rivixter coming home in seventh place. And that was a right corking little battle with those guys up ahead. And I've got the replay. I did that, didn't I? Look at that. Memory like a fish. Boom. Rivixter saying he hates Brands Hatch. And Digi saying that was so much fun. Skyjacker telling me that the next race is at 2035. Now, what I've opted to do is I'm going to sit here and piss and moan about GT7 for 10 minutes before the next race. I'm not going to. But I could easily. The online lobby as well, like I said, it's not fit for purpose. You know how these are timed races, 15 minutes. Wouldn't have mattered if they'd got to the line or not. The timer, as soon as the timer runs out, the race is over. It just quits out. You don't get to see anything. You don't get to see anyone cross the line. You don't get to see results. It's whack, man. Why would they do that? Why would they go backwards? I've never known a game that goes backwards. They add to the game that came before. Always add to the game that came before, but never take anything away. This is just bizarre. I mean, GT Sport, Polybaloney, Digital, they must know that there's communities out there. I mean, we're not the only guys that stream races and commentate on them. There's hundreds out there. There's hundreds loads better than me, believe it or not. But there's, loads of people do it. It's a great little community. It's great fun watching other people race. And it's just like Polybaloney have just sort of spanked us all on the bum and said, no more. You race the daily races and that's it. We don't want these lobbies doing better races than what we can do. Oh dear. What's this? Skyjacker in the chat saying at least we could have both ranted about it. Let's just hope they patch it. Yeah, it's bound to get patches, but it's just the thing that blows my brain is that they've totally stripped away everything from the lobbies, anything that works. It's like if we were having 3 races and we changed the time of day between races. In GT7, you're going to have to close the whole lobby down to do that. You can't change a setting in a lobby. As soon as you open your lobby and you've got your settings are stuck, and that's your race. If you want to change the time of day, like we do, we like to make it like this is a race that's happening throughout the day. You can't do that. You've got to close the lobby down, and from a streaming side, that's going to look good, isn't it? That's going to look good after every race. We're closing the stream well, we'd have to close the stream down, I guess. We'd just have to close the stream down and you'd have 3 separate races. It's just a lot of funny arsing around, to tell you the truth. The game looks great. The days are... it going from light to dark is amazing. Love the headlights. The headlights are amazing. You can see them. I don't know. I've never noticed the headlights in GT Sport. You've just got a little bit of light in front of you, but you can actually see both headlights when you're going around hoardings and stuff. You can see it. It's great. And the rain is amazing. I mean, you don't need intermediate tyres or wet tyres to race on them. You can just do it on comfort hards. Your car will still grip. But it's yeah, I don't know. The game's great. The game is great. I'm not taking anything away from the game. It's amazing, and there's a lot of people out there really enjoying it. Even in our Discord, there's people with different opinions about it. Some people think it's absolutely amazing. Some people think it's a bit of a letdown. It's a whole range of people's opinions. But I'm just mad about the lobbies, man. I'm mad because we've got 2 weeks left of this, and then what? What do I start up another GT Sport Championship? Whereas you can see that the people want to play the new game. That's always going to happen. Always going to happen. That people are going to want to play the new game. So really, you want to move along with the times and use the new game. But the new game's not fit for purpose in what we do with it. So it's frustrating. It's frustrating here at the Virtual Racers Club. We had so many ideas. We were getting very excited about a lot of things. And then it's turned out that what we have with GT Sport isn't with GT7. And like Skyjack said, we've just got to sit and hope that they patch it. But I don't understand why it needed patching when they already had it. They should have just got one of their clever people to take the code from GT Sports lobbies and put it into GT7. I don't know. Moan over. I say moan over. When did we start? Half an hour ago or something like that? How long have we been streaming? I haven't got a clue. About 45 minutes, and it's been a 45-minute whinge. No more, I promise you. No more. What I'm gonna do, we've got 5 more minutes to go until racing commences. So we'll look at Rivixter, because that's a lovely livery on Rivixter's car. And I'm going to take my jumper off, because I'm a little bit wham. I'm getting all hot under the collar here. So give me 2 secs. Time me if you want to see how quick I can take a jumper off. And don't forget the headset's got to come off and back on again, so take that into account. Don't say, dude, is that how long it takes you to take a jumper off? I'm even moving my chair back now, so it's not part of the time. Right, 3, 2, 1, go. Booyaka! Look at that. That's impressive, isn't it? Hey? And I can do it even quicker if a girl tells me to do it. Right then. We had a lovely race there between Skyjacker Digital Blasphemy and Binko. It was cracking stuff. It was very, I don't know, elbowsy out a little bit. I don't know. These guys, I always think it looks a bit rough and ready, but when they get to the end of the race, they're all perfectly fine with it. They're happy with it. I mean, I suppose they're not bashing each other off the tracks, are they? Just leaning on each other a little bit. So, it's all good, man. All good in the hood, as they say. Everyone's come back to join. We've got all 7. And Skyjack just getting some last-minute practice in, working out how Binko got that 50.995, I think it was. And Skyjacker alone, he's there on the second lap. He was only 2/10 off of that. So he's very close. The hazards have come on, so I reckon Skyjack's going to pit as he does. Digital Blasphemy takes the win there. Binko, what happened, bro? What happened? He surprised you up the inside. Wasn't expecting it. But yes. Binko doing the biz. It's a shame we ain't got a cam as well. I'm wearing my Champion t-shirt. My Champion 70s style sponsored t-shirt is awesome. Should get a webcam on the go, shouldn't I? Might need it for GT7 because you ain't gonna have much to watch on track. Just look at me making hand gestures. Right then, Skyjack is asking if we're ready. Why for yuck? I'm joking. I'm alright, I'm not in the mood or anything. I get carried away when I moan. It's because I think people at work think it's hilarious. I start having a groan and then it just turns into a massive joke because I just keep whining and people are giggling away at it. And I'm really being serious. I'm peed off about something. It seems when I have a whine, people don't take it seriously. They just think I'm being funny. I'm not. I'm mad. I'm goddamn angry. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. Polyglony. Not angry with you, I'm just disappointed, bro. So there is a Binko going second fastest, another 50.964. And that isn't the fastest of the session. Oh no, it must have been an outlap. Was it an outlap? It's not giving it him as a purple, is it? Oh no, 51.4, sorry. And Skyjack is saying good luck. I'm surprised he hasn't said, thingy, stop whining. This is GT Sports. We're in a happy place. We're in our happy place. With the Golfs. And here we go. Oh, going forward to race 2. It's a reverse grid of the one that just finished that first race. So Digi will be at the back. Whoa, beautiful stuff from Digi. So I just down my final bit of latte there. It was lovely. A warm beverage. So the Rivs, who's already claimed he hates Brands Hatch, is on pole ahead of Shiren. Barry Twins in third. What's going to happen in this race? And there is the Rivs on pole. Oh, that's a bit better, but you can't see half of Shiren. It's not very nice. And there goes the Rivs. Ooh, bit of wheel spin from Shiren as well. And the Rivs still holding, but Barry Twins has come through with Shiren's wheel spin. He's ended up dropping behind Skyjacker and Binko. So Skyjacker up to third place now. Binko in the middle of the pack, a dangerous place to be. Digital Blasphemy having a look up the inside, and there goes Koi and Binko, all three of them, and they've let... Who's that through? Shiren slipping through. As Binko, Digital Blasphemy and Koi all got involved in that first corner, but Shiren's gone a little wide now. Skyjack's still in third. Rivixter's still leading from Barry Twins. Barry Twins had an absolutely cracking start, didn't he? The Belgium. He's cracking on. And Rivs trying to defend his position there in the lead, but he's got 14 minutes to do it. And it's going to be a tough battle out there as Barry Twins chases him down. Skyjacker hot on the tail of the Belge. And the Belgium's gone wide now. And Skyjacker's up into second place. Shiren's still thereabouts in fourth. He's gone for a move on Barry. Barry's really heavily broken. He brakes heavily for Druids. And he's lost 3 places virtually. 2 places. He's still ahead of Digi. Digital Blasphemy, he's looking though, Digital through Graham Hill Bend. Up towards, I don't think it's Surtees on the small track. I can't remember the corners that well on the small track. And there goes Skyjacker, he's going for a move up the inside of the Ribs. And he's through, and Skyjacker now leads the second race of Brands Hatch for round 7. Of the VW Golf Cup. Rivixter still holding on to second. Shiren making his way up into third place ahead of Binko. Binko back on the scene with Digital Blasphemy in 5th. Barry Twins slipping down into 6th with Koi right down off of the pack. Not right, it's just about 2 seconds. Skyjacker then blazing ahead from Rivs, who's holding on to that second place. Shiren just about claiming third, and Digi ran out of road. He ran out of road there with Shiren, and he's gone right off the track. The winner from the first race. Binko in fourth, Barry Twins in fifth, Koi Cup in sixth, and Digital Blasphemy's got back on the track just behind Koi. So there is still some racing to go for the Dig, with Skyjacker leading 1.2 seconds and Rivixter trying to protect his second place, but he's got Binko, who is rather swift. He's a rapid driver, and there he goes up the inside. Whoa, the back end steps out on him. Can he keep control of it? The Rivs comes back through, so does Shiren. And Binko losing control a little bit of his car, and Shiren, and oh, dearie me, that didn't look good. That most certainly didn't look good. I think Shiren and Rivixter getting into something then. I think Rivixter did clout Shiren quite hard then. I think Shiren hit Rivixter first, but I think that's Shiren's style. He does seem to like to rub up alongside people to let them know he's there. Skyjacker's leading with Binko in second. The Rivs is just about to get overtaken by Barry Twins. I imagine Rivs, maybe he's thinking of slowing down for Shiren. He is. He's pulled over to the inside of the track. I think that's a redress. Oh, poor Rivs. Poor Rivs. Him and Shiren got into it, didn't they? I mean, it's what it is. But it's a shame, because they were looking like they were going to have a nice little race for second and third there between the two of them, and they ended up one off the track, one slowing down for the other. So Skyjacker and Binko with Barry Twins in that podium, but look at Digital Blasphemy blazing a trail around Brands Hatch. The man is on fire, with Koi Carp in fifth, Shiren in sixth, and there is the Rivs after him and Shiren having their moment together. Skyjacker absolutely flying, 2.5 seconds now ahead of Binks. We know Binks is rather rapid, so Skyjacker is still not in the bag for him yet. 2.5 seconds ahead of the Binks. Binko pushing his Durham liveried Golf. It's an animal food place, an animal feed company. Is I don't know if it's Durham or Durham, and I'm guessing it's ham. It could be hom. It's just a paw print. But yes, cracking livery there from Binks. I do like it. It's a nice livery. I love the blue and the white. And there's Barry Twins and Digital Blasphemy. Oh, Barry Twins running out of road a little bit there. Oh my lord. And did he I don't know. I didn't see the angle very well. But Digi is just carrying on, so maybe that was just a Barry Twins mistake. We don't know. With Shiren though closing up with Barry Twins. And don't ask me what that flag is. I think it's Icelandic. I think he's chosen that flag as a protest. As our man Shiren. You got to feel for him, man. You got to feel. I mean, we all know he's the Russian sensation, and we love him. Even though what's happening in the world, it's not his fault, but he's paying for it. He's paying the price. The man got his money refunded for GT7. He can't play the newer game. And their Digital Blasphemy up ahead of Barry Twins now. And yeah, just the whole situation sucks, really. So Shiren, I believe, changing his flag, just doing his small part, I think. And hopefully, when all this mess is over and done with, we'll see Shiren on GT7 and blazing his national flag with pride. But at the moment, I think he's not too impressed with what's going on. Skyjacker though leads by nearly 2 seconds to Binko, and 5.5 seconds against Koi. Koi up into third. What happened there with Digi and Barry Twins? We thought was in third and fourth, but somehow Koi has come up through, and he looks like he's getting himself ready for a podium position. So super stuff from Koi Carp there, with Digital Blasphemy chasing him down with all his might. The winner from race 1, and he's got Barry Twins in his Martini Golf chasing him down. And Shiren closing in on these guys as well. Shiren doing an absolutely mega drive in this race, and Rivixter 4 seconds adrift from Shiren. And Skyjacker, though, has been the man this race. Binko just cannot get close to him, cannot draw him in. Skyjacker got that early lead, and he has jumped on it, and he's disappeared into the distance. Binko trying to stay with him, and it's this little battle that's building here. Digital Blasphemy against Koikarp. Can Koikarp keep hold of that podium? We've got 7 minutes left of racing here for race 2 of round 7 of the VW Golf Cup for the Virtual Racers Club on GT Sport. And we'll be carrying on GT Sport, obviously, this week and next week. And of other championships we have running, the Pacific Rim Championship on Thursday nights. It's still carrying on with GT Sport, obviously, because they started with GT Sport. WRX Challenge on a Friday night, still got a fair few rounds left, and that'll be played out on GT Sport. And Tuesday night, I think we've got we've got a break this Tuesday, but from the 15th we'll be getting the Ferrari Sprint Trophy Championship. I believe that's going to be on GT Sport, but I'm not overly sure. Digi giving Koi a little knock there, having to lift out of it. But Koi is definitely aware now that he's got Digital Blasphemy breathing down his neck, and that's not a comfortable place to be, with Barry Twins dropping further back to Shiren. Shiren going faster than he went the lap before. He's closing in on Barry Twins. Pressure for the Belgium to deal with. And Rivixter there in 7th. We saw he had to redress with Shiren earlier in the race. And Skyjacker 1.5 seconds ahead of Binko. Just under 6 minutes left of racing. Binko is absolutely... No, they're exactly the same, aren't they? 51.3 last time around. And 51.3 from Skyjacker. So Binko having to dig deep. He needs some more of those 50.995s to catch up with Skyjacker today. 1.5 seconds between the two leaders. Digital Blasphemy making the move on Koi to get up into the podium position. Koikarp does not want to give up easily on that podium. He's sticking with it all the way along the straight, but Digital Blasphemy's got the inside line into Paddock Hill Bend, and it looks like Digi has made the move, and he's through. Oh, I thought Koikarp had a bit of a wiggle on, but no, Koi's still there. He's crying for Druids. He's got the inside line, but I think Digital Blasphemy just slightly ahead of Koi, and he keeps the position. And Barry Twins is definitely under pressure now from Shiren. Shiren is closing in on Barry. Oh, they really like to hang it out onto the mud there. Maybe we should have put a rally stage in for these little golfs. But Barry Twins holding on to that 5th from Shiren. Shiren closing in. We've still got Skyjacker leading from Binko. Digital Blasphemy in 3rd, with Koikarp very close behind him, chasing him down. Shiren smashing in those lap times to try and catch up with Barry Twins. Less than half a second behind in his Golf. And it's very tight out there between them two. Unbelievable stuff going on there with Skyjacker now 1.5 seconds. Binko cannot draw him in. He cannot get any closer to Skyjacker. Skyjacker driving his pants off, with Digital Blasphemy making his way up. We saw he had a bit of a bad start, was at the back, and he's made his way up into 3rd with Koikarp in 4th. Barry Twins trying to close in on Koikarp. Koikarp doing a 51.9 last time around. Barry Twins a 51.8, and he's got Shiren keeping it lively for him, sat behind him. And we have just 3.5 minutes left of racing, which is about 4 laps of this track. So Shiren, he's gone a little wide in Paddock Hill Bend, but he's got a good amount of time behind him, so he doesn't have to worry about the Rivixter catching him up. But he's lost time to Barry Twins. He's just overdriving his Golf at the moment, going wide in every corner, really pushing hard to get that car ahead of him. Meanwhile, Skyjacker, oh, it's a second. Binko has found some extra time as we've got just under 3 minutes left of racing, and Skyjacker is your leader, the leader of the championship and the leader of this race. And Binko doing all he can to close in on the monster liveried Golf ahead of him. I'm trying to think if that number plate had any kind of meaning to anything. Couldn't have been the original one because it's SH. I don't think the number plates had 2 letters in those days. In 1983, I think it just had one letter. I remember those days. The reg, how new the car was. It would be A, B, or C, or D, E, followed by numbers. It wasn't until, I say recently, God, it's probably a while ago now, when they went to 2 letters at the beginning of a number plate. Binko closing in on Skyjacker now, 8/10 with Digital Blasphemy nearly 10 seconds behind him, 9 seconds behind him, in 3rd place, but he's pulled healthily away from Coy. Barry Twins trying to close up on Coy Carp, 52.1 last time around from him, 51.8 from Coy Carp, so Barry Twins uphill battle, and Shiren straight back on the tail of Barry Twins. We saw he made a slight mistake earlier, like that, going out wide, and loses a little time from Barry Twins, but he's pushing hard, and that's what you want to see. And there we go, Binko has really caught up with Skyjacker. There's only 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock now, and yeah, Binko, where did that come from? 1.5 seconds behind, and Skyjacker was holding it for the longest of times. Skyjacker's into the 51.6s now, and Binko is absolutely flying. He's 51.1 last time around from him. That's the fastest lap of the race. And Skyjacker, he's just got to defend, but we know Skyjacker is absolutely marvellous. Cracker at defending, unless he goes a little wide. No, he's still there. So Binko and Skyjacker on it, with Digital Blasphemy dropping back from them. Coy Carp still ahead of Barry Twins. Shiren's dropped back a little bit from Barry Twins, but let's have a look. Skyjacker's still there. There's 30 seconds on the clock. Well, 20 seconds, 25 seconds. Oh my God, I was rounding it up and then rounded it down, and I got both wrong. So Skyjacker just about in the lead of this race. I bet he wishes that clock was 0. And Skyjacker, though, he's got the inside line to Paddock Hill Bend. Binko's going to make him work for it all the way. It looked like, oh, a little wiggle on there from both cars. And Binko's going for the line of the inside of Druids. And I don't think Skyjacker can defend that one. And he's just going to sit behind and try and attack Binko now. The time has run out, but they've all crossed the line. So this is their final lap. And Binko's leading. No, Rivixter crossed the line. Sorry, I apologise. So Rivixter's finished in 7th. With a Binko and a Skyjacker absolutely bumper to bumper out there. And Binko, what a comeback from Binko. He didn't look like he could make any impression on Skyjacker, but he's come through, he's caught him up, and he takes the win of race 2. Super stuff, with Skyjacker in a very close second. And the race winner from race 1 grabs himself a podium. Take a boo, my son. And Coy Carp going home in a very respectable 4th place. Barry Twin stays ahead of Shiren in the end for 5th. And Shiren comes home in 6th, with Rivixter finishing in 7th place. And that was absolutely crack-a-lacking. There you go. There's the Binks. He didn't get the trophy, but a great race indeed. A great race from the Binko. And Skyjacker, I don't know, just didn't have it. He didn't have it there to be able to stay ahead. I thought he had enough time there. I thought he was running away with it early doors in that race. But Binko catching him up. Very rapid driver. It's a good job he can only drive on Sundays, or he'd win everything. I'm joking. So Binko then takes the win from Skyjacker. Digital Blasphemy coming home in 3rd. Only he's had a race and a half one. He fell to the back of the pack, fought his way through, and he got himself on the podium in the end. Coy Carp in 4th, Barry Twins in 5th, Shiren in 6th, and the Rivs coming home in 7th. with Binko getting the fastest lap with a 51.125, but it wasn't as fast as the race before, which was a 50.995. Superb stuff so far. One more race to go, ladies and gents, and that's going to be at 9:05. I might nip out, just because I'm worried I'm going to just moan. Watch the Sharon out there on the track, getting used to his golf, finding his best lines, and I shall return in 5 minutes. I'll give you guys a break. And Binko saying, Skyjacker won't lie, had to dig deep to catch up. Lol. It's probably not what Skyjacker wants to hear. Probably thought, well, didn't need to dig that deep, did you, Binko? Okay, I shall return for more inane chat and bants. See you soon. So here we are then, in anticipation for the third and final race here at Brands Hatch in the Golfs. And I don't know. I want to read this. I want to read the chat. I'm going to come out of this in a minute. Just because I want to read. Because I saw Barry Twin saying one of the worst things produced by English, this track, lol. He obviously doesn't know some of the other tracks we've got. Croft, Knox Hill, Thruxton. They're all right, but I mean, Brands Hatch is better than them, so you wouldn't like that. It's all right though when you've got Spa. When you've got Spa in your neighbourhood, I suppose you can just slag everyone else's racetracks off. We like Brands. Rivixter Thingamajig, 83 was Y at the end, changing to A at the front in August. There you go. The Rivs knows his number plates. Oh, Digi saying our friend UBD is racing at Art tonight. Well, let's hope he doesn't brake test anyone or jump up the inside off the track to overtake them. I mean, I liked Uncle B Darren. I was so gutted when he started driving like an absolute bozo. Because he's speedy. He's very speedy. He's fast. He doesn't need to do the dirty tactics. But for some reason, he did. And he got himself in an exclusive club of 2 that have been asked to leave the Virtual Racers Club. But yeah, UBD racing at Art tonight. Good luck. Barry Twins. And Rivets the same. Number plate nerd. Digi saying, Barry Twins, there's worse than Hatch, I assure you. That's what I just said. Barry Twins saying, lol. Skyjacker, Binko, me too, about him digging deep. And Barry Twin saying at this moment, Brands is the worst. Digital saying, nah, let them find out for themselves. Oh, he means Art. And really saying, I raise you Boris or Farage. Farage. He was an interesting character. Really said, can you eat that, lol? Farage, Nigel. Yeah, possibly. We don't bring politics into this. Some people like them. Hey, I voted for Boris. I'm just as bad as every other person. I couldn't be done with who was running Labour at the time, though. The dude was an absolute glass of milk. There's some hilarious bants going on in the chat. Bring it to the stream chat. We'd all love to share a bit of that stuff. But yeah, so in 83 they would have had a Y at the back of the number plate, not at the front. Wow, he knows his stuff, does the Rivs. That's impressive, man. I couldn't have told you when the A plate started. I do remember looking out for him as a kid. 83, so if that was 84, oh my god, I was 8. In 1984 I was 8, and I remember getting all excited when you saw an A at the front of the number plate. It's like, oh wow, look, there's a number, it's a brand new car. Taking that away now, I don't know if people get as excited about number plates as they used to. It used to be a big deal when you saw that new letter at the front, and then they swapped it for numbers, and it just doesn't. I've lost track of what numbers they are now. 22 is it, or is it something different? 62? God knows, I ain't got a clue anymore. But yeah, that might be just a personalised one. I don't know. It's got B there. I don't know if that's something to do with Binko. RS Binko, yeah. It's RSB in it on the back. So SH means don't tell anyone I'm 49. It means RS Binko. So it's got to be a personalised plate. Shh, I'm 49, RS Binko. I don't know. So we are having the race again at 9:05. Just looking in the Discord, see if there's anything kicking off, but there is nothing. Absolutely not. All quiet on the Western Front, they may say. And Binko digging deep to try and catch up Skyjacker in that second race. We've had 2 different winners from 2 races. It's got to be Skyjacker's turn, surely. Surely it's got to be Skyjacker's turn. This third race. Shiren, like he said, he doesn't know if it's COVID or a cold, but he's not feeling well. He's got a bug. driving hindered. There's our man Shiren out there at the moment. Koikar in 5th. I'm trying to think. Barry Twins obviously not heard the band Steps. Oh, but it's a thingamajig. You are dead to me. I alternate my vote between yellow and green as I live in a Tory stronghold. Dude, I didn't want the yellows were saying they were going to just annihilate Brexit altogether, which was a democratic vote. You can't look at me getting all political. You can't tell 52% of the people that they're not getting what they've just asked for. That's not right. So I couldn't vote for the yellows. And the reds, Corbyn, man. Corbyn. Could you imagine Corbyn saying we're going to go... Oh, man, could you imagine Corbyn right now? He'd be stood behind our friend Putin saying, shoot that one. So Corbyn was a commie, man. I'm sorry, but he was. And Skyjack saying politics are boring. Oh, but what my hilarious spin on it? I just called the leader of Labour's a commie git. Yellow and green is for Norwich. There you go. Oh, green, I don't even know about the Green Party. I don't even know if they're around here in the south of England. I'm sure they are, but they're not a very big noise. But yeah, I'm very anti-Tory. I'm not a Tory fan at all. I don't like Tories. Never voted for them before, now. But at the time, they seem to be the only sensible people. Skyjacker trying to get on with this race to stop the politics. It's all a bit of fun. Who cares who runs country? They're always a knobhead anyway, no matter who it is. And so we're getting ready for race 3. Skyjacker's staying in the final. I'll save the politics for pit stop Monday night. Sky. Yeah, it wasn't nice ticking the box, but it was in a messy situation at the time, and I wouldn't tick that blue box again. Learnt my lesson. Shame there isn't a raving loony party anymore. That's the ones you should be voting for. So Rivixter is on the pole position, and he's not talking to me anymore. Sorry, Rivs. Shiren in 2nd, and Shiren again getting bogged down. I think his gears might be a little too high because he's just not getting off the line like he would like to. Barry Twins absolutely nippy as you like. Off the line is Barry Twins. Digital Blasphemy. I mean, these guys are using tuning. Whoa! Oh, Digi getting a big swing on. It's a red flag situation, in my opinion. And they've got to call red flag. Shiren and Digi both should call a red flag. Shiren's called it. Digi, you got to recall it, man. We need 3. Is he calling it? We need 3 in close succession, and Digi was the beginning of it. There you go. We've got a red flag situation. Poor Rivs. He's 2 seconds ahead of the Binks. He'd be like, no red flag, I want to win. So Skyjacker asking everyone to enter. Yeah, it looked like Digi just got a tank slapper on through Paddock's Hill Bend, knocked into Sky, and I think Shiren just thought it looked fun, so he flew into Skyjacker as well. I don't know what happened to Shiren, but Shiren ended up involved in that accident as well. And yeah, he doesn't hang around. He'll be getting it set straight away as they all enter and get themselves a live. They know what to do, don't they, eh? Look at them, not messing around. We've had other evenings where they take half an hour to more political chat. Oh, I don't know politics. I'm really no good at it. That's probably why I just did what I did in 2016. Jesus, that was a long time ago. We've had a world pandemic now since then, and a war. And the final has been started. No, I'd rather swallow glass. No, I'm not. I'm not going to talk about the old politics. I'll talk about politics of cats. There is no politics in the cat world. It's whoever's got the sharpest claws and the longest fangs. So the Rivs on pole, Shiren in second, Barry Twins in third, Koi in fourth, Digital Blasphemy in fifth, and Skyjacker. And it's a rolling start. That is part of the rules. If there's been a red flag, there is the host discretion whether or not it goes to a rolling start. And that's great for Rivs and also for Shiren, because we've seen Shiren can't get off that line very well. I think his first gear isn't quite set right, because they do their own tunings. So it's how you have your gears set up, I think. And Shiren not being able to get off the line like the other guys. Rivixter already up into second gear, is flying, and Shiren, great start for Shiren then. Barry Twins in third, Koi in fourth, Digital Blasphemy in fifth, Skyjacker in sixth, and Binko in seventh, and they all make it through Paddock Hill quite safely, it has to be said. And there is the Rivs leading from Shiren. And we saw Shiren catching up Rivixter in the first race. Can he do it in this one to take the lead? Barry Twins is thereabouts as well. 15 minutes of racing here in Kent around Brands Hatch, the Indy track. I think that's what they call it. And the Rivs off to a cracking start in a beautiful looking car, with Shiren chasing him down. And then you've got Barry Twins in third, Koi Carp in fourth, Digital Blasphemy in fifth, Skyjacker in sixth, and Binko already closing in on Skyjacker as Digital Blasphemy is closing in on Koi Carp. And they make their way through Paddock Hill, and you can see the Golf just wants to give away in Paddock going down that hill. Rivixter, a mirror full of Shiren, and that's got to be scary in anybody's book. So looking back from Riv's car, and Shiren's got a bit of a wiggle on. Rivs has gone a little wide as they head along Cooper Straight, or whatever it's called. I don't even get the maps out, and I'm so lackluster. Oh, Shiren's wide. He's met the cones, and Shiren's gone off the track. Barry Twins loses a position to Digital Blasphemy, and we're looking back, but we should be just looking at the action, shouldn't we? So Digital Blasphemy's up into second, Barry Twins in third. Then we have Koi Carp in fourth, with Skyjacker in fifth, Binko all up in his rear in sixth, and Shiren we saw sliding off the track there at the top of the hill, and Riv's still leading, but Digi is closing in on him now. And there we go, Koi moving on Barry Twins up the inside, and Barry Twins not enjoying the English Spa, our version of Spa here at Brands. Look, just this in a minute. Just look, it's just like a rouge. Look, that's like a rouge. That you go left and then right, and then up a hill onto a straight. Perfect. What more do you want? So Skyjacker really sitting under Barry Twins' bumper here. Rivixter still leading. He's holding Digital Blasphemy at bay, and the Rivs might be in for a win. If he's not, he can get through Paddock Hill Bend okay. Koi Carp comes through, Barry Twins there with Skyjacker. Oh, move out of the way, you guys. I can't see the guys behind you. And Skyjacker's going for a move up the inside of Barry Twins. Barry Twins not enjoying Druids there. He's losing places. Binks just around the outside of Barry Twins. Scary stuff there. It looks like Barry Twins getting out of it and letting them go through. Shiren in seventh after his first corner incident. And Digital Blasphemy has got past Rivixter. I do apologise. So Digi is now leading with Rivixter in second, Koi Carp in third, and Binks going for a move on Skyjacker there for fourth and fifth. And I think Binks trying to get ahead, but Skyjacker's held that fourth. Rivixter's dropped behind Koi now. Koi's up into second place with the Rivs in third, Skyjacker in fourth, Binko's trying to go for an inside move up Druids. He's half off the track trying to get it done, but he can't quite get it to stick, and Rivixter's in the mix as well, and so's Barry Twins. They're all over the place. It's great stuff. Skyjacker now up into third ahead of Rivixter, who's fourth. Binko is in fifth with Barry Twins in sixth place. Shall we go on board with Barry Twins, because this looks exciting? as we're sat on board with the Belgium. Rivix are going wide in the final corner, giving Binko the opportunity to move up the inside of him and set chase to Skyjacker, whom is setting chase to Koikarp in second, and Digital Blasphemy leads. The winner from race 1 looks like he could get race 3 as well. Cracking stuff as they slam on the brakes. A little nudge there from Rivs on the rear quarter of Binko. Doesn't affect it though. He manages to hold it through. And here comes Barry Twins for a move on Rivixter on the brakes up the inside of Druids. And at least Druids has paid off for him at least once today. He's lost a couple of places in that, but he's just gained one. And now he's chasing Binko, who is in 4th spot. Chasing down a Sky. So Digital Blasphemy is leading by 2 seconds. Koikarp, half a second ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker going for that that wider line through the final corner to get a better run down the straight at Koikarp before Paddock Hill Bend, but he's got Binko right there. Barry Twins in 5th, ahead of Rivixter in 6th. Rivixter holding that lead for so long. He was doing 52s and 51s, but he's back in the 52s now, but he drops into the 53s for a couple of laps. Shiren closing in. Oh no, Shiren going a little wide in Paddock Hill. And Digital Blasphemy leads from Koi, who's in trouble. He's not in trouble, but he's got 2 very, very fast guys sat just behind him. And that lovely 80s upholstery on the rear seats there of the Golf. Why did they put rear seats in the Golf? There's just no room. And there we go, Skyjacker going for a move up the inside of Koi. Koi's there, but Binko's trying to slip one through as well. And that's a beautiful little battle there for second place. Skyjacker has moved up and Binko's there, and it's going to be 3 wide going into Paddock Hill Bend, is it? No, Skyjacker gets through. They're going through in single file. Very wise, clever thing to do. And Skyjacker then in second with Binko in third. And Koikarp having a look up the inside of the Binks. And Binko holding ground ahead of Koikarp. And Digital Blasphemy is ahead of a Skyjacker with Binko in third, Koikarp in 4th, Barry Twins in 5th, Rivixter in 6th, and Shiren in 7th. And Digital Blasphemy is the man at the moment. 3 seconds on Skyjacker. Skyjacker having to drive defensively with Binko all up in his business. And Koikarp slipping back from those guys. On board with the Binks. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Binks up the inside of Sky, but there just wasn't enough room there. And Skyjacker holds that second place for the time being. But we saw Binko in race 2. Once he's got the grit in his teeth, he will not let go. So Skyjacker just has to be wary. And if Binko sees a door open ahead of him with Skyjacker, he'll be like a ferret up a trouser leg. But Skyjacker at the moment holding ground in second place with Binko in that 3rd spot. And the championship table is going to look very interesting next week. I think next week, or the next table that comes out, we'll have 2 tables. We'll have the table with non-dropped, and I think we'll get the table with drop scores. And it's going to be very interesting. I believe Binko might be at the top of that table, but he's only won the 1 race today. He only won the 1 race. We're used to him winning more, but he's only won the 1 race so far today. And Digital Blasphemy looks like, oh God, why did I do that? Digital Blasphemy definitely looks like he's on for a second win here. 3.5 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. And Binko battling hard with Sky. Koikarp about a second behind him. Any kind of error between these two, and Binko having a look at the inside of Skyjacker. Will he get a run on him? No, Skyjacker has slammed that door shut. And now Binko trying to look for a way around the outside. That's a tough move in Paddock Hill. And Skyjacker breaks into the apex of the corner, clings on for dear life down the hill. And Binko having a very close look. Skyjacker closing off that inside line, making Binko go the long way round. And there you go, Skyjacker still in second, but Binko's got everything. He's throwing everything at him. Oh, that's the wrong car. Hang on. There you go. So on board with the Binks up there. Binko 1/10 behind Skyjacker as Digital Blasphemy disappears into the distance here. Great run from Digital Blasphemy. We've got 5.5 minutes left of racing of this 15-minute race. And the Binks putting the pressure on car 99, that Monster Energy liveried Golf, looking spectacular here at Brands Hatch. Kuykart 1.5 seconds behind this battle. He's all on his own. So Binko and Skyjacker, every race so far these guys have been at it, haven't they? It's been great. Kuykart in 4th, Barry Twins in 5th, the Rivs is in 6th, and Shiren playing catch up there in 7th. We saw he had a bit of an off in the first lap, last corner, and he's been fighting back ever since. Our man Digi, though, he's doing a cracking job. He set about Rivixter early doors in this race, got by him, and he hasn't looked back since. Skyjacker fending off from Binko, and Binko absolutely trying all he can at Skyjacker, and Skyjacker has got an answer for him at every corner so far, and Binks just having to try and go around the outside of Sky whenever he can. And Skyjacker, though, holding ground. And the Binks, though, is that it? Is he left the door open for the Binks? No, not quite. Kuykart 2.7 seconds behind these guys. 2.9 seconds ahead of Barry Twins, who's 1.5 seconds ahead of Rivixter. Barry Twins going faster than he's been before, though, 51.7 on his last lap, 52.1 from the Rivs. And here we go, Skyjacker and Binko again coming along the straight, virtually side by side. And there's just nothing Binko can do, or can he? Because Binko's found the way up the inside of Skyjacker, and I don't think Skyjacker can do anything about it now. And that's it, Binko up into 2nd place, but he's 5 seconds adrift of Digital Blasphemy with only 3 minutes to go, just over 3 minutes to go. There's nothing I think Binks can do about Digi. And Skyjacker, he's going to be hounding Binko all the way to the checkered flag from now on in, and Digital Blasphemy, he's out for a Sunday cruise. He's just cruising there, man. Chilling in his Golf Mark 1. We could pull into a McDonald's car park and hang with the kids, rev our engine up a little bit. And there is Binko ahead of a Skyjacker. Skyjacker's going for a move up the Druids, late on the brakes, trying to get up the inside of Binks, and it looks like he may have done it, but Binks there just has to hold ground, and then he's got the inside line for this next corner, and Skyjacker has to flip it over and try and get back up the inside on the other side. But Binko has the answer for Skyjacker as Digital Blasphemy cruising away in the background. 5 seconds ahead of this battle as Skyjacker trying to come back at Binko through the final corner, and he's got his nose in there. He's got a good run on the Binko, or Binko. I don't know why I put the in front of everyone's name. It just sounds cool. I'm thinking about changing my name by default to the and my name. So Skyjacker has got that 2nd place back. A great drive from Skyjacker there against Binko. Oh, I thought he went wide there, though, but he's still there. And Binko and Skyjacker absolutely entertaining as hell for us out here, watching these guys race. And Binko now, he's got the inside line, but then Skyjacker will have it for the next corner. Binko, he's just got no answer, has he? He's got nothing. He's got nothing in his trunk to take to Skyjacker. He's right on his bumper at the moment. Kuykart in 4th, Rivixter in 5th, Barry Twins in 6th. Shiren, you tried to make me laugh and you made yourself laugh. That's ridiculous. My son trying. Oh, and here comes the Binks trying to make a move. But still, it's the outside line on Skyjacker. Yeah, my son's pulling faces in front of me, trying to make me laugh. And then he started giggling himself, so good job. Good job.
I'm the funny son.
Funny son. Funny smelling son. So Binko in third, Koi Carp in fourth, Rivixter in fifth. Look at this little battle we've got down here between Shiren, Barry Twins. Barry Twins is wide. Ooh, he's kept it together though. He's kept it together in fifth place with Shiren there, catching him up. And Rivs, he was behind Barry Twins, so he's got himself back through again. Skyjacker's still holding ground. We've got 15 seconds on the clock, so this will be their final lap. Can Skyjacker hold on for one more lap against Binko? Koi Carp crossing the line, Rivixter, Barry Twins and Shiren all together, and they've got through as well, so they get to do the final lap. As Digital Blasphemy flies, I tell you, he flies in the lead, with Skyjacker just fending off from Binko. Binko throwing everything he's got at Skyjacker, but Skyjacker will not let him past. He's doing his impression of Gandalf. And Koi Carp, Shiren's through. Oh my God, we've had moments. It looks like Rivixter's having to redress with Barry Twins. Shiren's found himself up into fifth. Digital Blasphemy comes up along the straight to take his second win of the evening. And Digital Blasphemy loses the car as he crosses the line, because you're not allowed to slide across the line. So that was an accident by Digi, just dropping his car. And Skyjacker gets second ahead of Binko in third. Koi Carp comes home in fourth with Shiren surprisingly coming through. He's got a little wiggle on, he's going to lose the car, but he's kept it in fifth. And Barry Twins crosses the line in sixth, with Rivixter in seventh. And I think something happened between Barry Twins and Rivs in that race, unfortunately, but it helped Shiren come through. And that was beautiful. And there he goes. We finally got the trophies out for Digi, so he can hold a trophy and get a reef in the final race. That was cracking. I'll save the replay just in case there is any kind of incident reports, and there may well be, we don't know. And then I'll take you to the race results, and then we'll wrap it up for the evening, and we'll all jump back on GT Sport, GT7, that I've just spent an hour moaning about, but I'm still going to jump straight on it after I've finished here. I've got Monday off. I took Friday and Monday off of work just for GT7. I know it's sad, but I needed a break from work, man. It was doing my nut in. Never have I ever known a place so disorganised. Anyway, God, I've got my moany head on tonight. We've moaned about games, politics, the lot. So Digital Blasphemy took the win. That's his second win of the evening. Congratulations, Digital Blasphemy. Awesome stuff. Skyjacker got second place against Binko in third. Take a boo, my son. And them two had themselves an absolutely cracking race, with Koi Carp coming home in fourth. Shiren getting that surprise fifth place in the end as he was trying to catch up. Barry Twins and Rivixter looked like they had a coming together, and Rivixter having to redress to Barry Twins. Binko got the fastest lap with a 51.038, but it's still not as fast as his lap from race one, and it's the fastest lap of the round that goes towards the championship table, and Binko has definitely got that. Read then, what we got this week? We've got this week, Monday night. On Monday night, we've got the pit stop. If you're in our Discord, drop in around about 7:30 and hang out with me and Skyjacker as we grumble and moan our way through about GT7, I'm sure. Now, I think Talaran said he's really enjoyed it today. Didn't like it the first day, but he's getting into it now. And I like it. I don't mind it. I just don't go there. We'll join us at the pit stop and we'll talk about it then. This is not the place. And then hang on, I'm sorry, I'm reading Discord. So yeah, join us on Monday for the pit stop, where we'll be talking about the week's results in the Virtual Racers Club and everything else to do with a Virtual Racers Club. And I promise no politics, although I'll let Skyjacker chastise me for voting for Tory. I didn't vote for Boris, okay? He gained power. I voted for the numbnuts that was there before him. Ineffective cow. Skyjack saying, well, that was a tough round. Looked like a tough round, my friend. Looked like a tough round. So Monday night, we've got the pit stop. Tuesday night, we've got a free night because there is no racing on Tuesday night as it takes a break between championships. And I should ask Racer Brown. I think the new championship's on GT Sport, but I will ask him. It's in the Group 4, I think Group 4 Ferraris. So we'll see. The Ferrari Sprint Trophy when it finally comes. Then Thursday night, we've got the continuation of the Pacific Rim Championship. Can I be quick on Discord? And because I know everyone wants to go off and play GT7. So Pacific Rim is at Fuji. Fuji. Oh, Fuji's one of the worst tracks. Brands Hatch is golden next to what Fuji is. So Fuji, God, who's spraying? It stinks. I can't breathe now. Someone's just sprayed deodorant in it. And it's not even good deodorant. It's like what a 14-year-old would wear. That is gross. So, yeah, sorry. Pacific Rim is on Thursday. That is from Fuji. Good luck, guys. Then, although they're in the Group 3 cars, a bit better in Group 3 cars than N cars. Then on Friday, we've got the WRX Challenge, which is in the mud, Colorado Springs. So if you fancy a bit of dirt, come along on Friday to see the crazy Subarus smashing it out. And then we're back here on Sunday, I guess, for A1 ring, not A1 ring, Red Bull ring short, sorry, A1 ring. My word. And that is your week's racing here at the Virtual Racers Club. Hope you can join us for at least one of those streams. And Skyjack's saying, I voted Tory just because of Boris. First and only time I will vote Tory. See, we were all in the same boat. It's like, what child do you want to kill? Situation in 2016. It was rough. It was rough, I tell thee. It was rough. Although, no, I think I did, actually. I think I did vote for Boris because he held another election, didn't he? To try and get some more power so he could get Brexit done. Who cares? That was then. This is now. About half a dozen parties later, he's having a great time being ineffective. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Ben de Banana. Thank you for checking us out here at the Virtual Racers Club. And don't forget to tune in on Thursday to see those Japanese and American Group 3 cars going at it at Fuji. Thank you for watching us. Again, I was Ben de Banana, and I will be back on Thursday. God, it's like a long week, this. Got Tuesday off. Smashing. What am I going to do? Probably play GT7 and moan about it. I was your broadcaster, and I've done that bit. Now it's time to go. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Peace and love. Peace and love. See ya.